There is the bear, the forest, and the visitors. All are hungry. Which one are you? Beware, Mama Bear. She's more than alpha. No cocaine required. Well, guys, welcome to Just Outside Smallville Saturday night. Hey, look, we're looking at some lighting effects. How cool if we're on our knees. To get this effect, we're on our knees. I want to thank everyone, as always. I wouldn't stop talking. You ready for the hair of Easton? Or eat it to Y. To get a good gator. Okay, here we go with the wolf hair. Is that a full moon in back of me? Sure, I like the effect. It's a pumpkin. Okay, always working on actually always working on everything, steaming everything up. You notice I don't care about my hair, just like Mr. S didn't. We cared about more important things. You guys took me really deep into a scene in a good way. Thankfully, I had the mastermind training, plus boot camp, plus everything else. Don't smoke, kids. It's tough. What I wanted to talk really briefly about is a special thing here. We're going to put the hat back on so you're not focusing on that. Tom Welling. Oh my gosh, my real wolf eyes. Here they come. You see, I had eye replacement. Don't worry about that. That's why I'm putting all these beautiful visions. We're putting everything into it. They've got my business soul. Okay, my real soul I'm keeping. You guys, just amazing stuff that's going on from everyone. Seriously. When I first came to Carol, which has been a long process, almost a year, coming up on a year now, and it's Carol with a C, then Costner with a K, S like in CBS. You got it? Look at it's the Channel 2 mark. In our local market here in just outside Metropolis. Look at the lighting change. You know, cool stuff happens. I'm always looking at everything, okay, to put it all in. I'm learning. I cannot believe, and they see how quick I'm going. You see how quick I'm going. We're going quick because it's not just this movie. This movie affects so many things. Next up, you'll be treated to a historical timeline and all the movies I'm involving in it. That's going to be a little bit. I'm going to go as quick as possible. But, you know, I'm not forgetting. Here's the most important part. Character development. No matter who it is, no matter who you're acting and acting coaches or whatever. Okay, great. As director, yes, any director is going to say, I want to take it there. I want to take it there quicker because then we can do more. We can all do more. We can tell our stories quicker. Okay, at this tachyon speed. And I don't like to use that word because it comes from a certain movie. Okay, it's a hyper speed. So look, guys, I'm not here to offend anyone whatsoever. It's been years in my life, family, and everything else. It's all in on this. You got it? What else am I doing on the planet? What else are we doing? In a letter I just finished up today, I remember saying distinctly, you know, there's no higher level of art or in Hollywood than us. Excuse me, and what we're making. We're the highest level, and we're making new levels. So believe me, I'm studying everything. Yep, how cool that this is just like the Road to Purgatory. I call it R2P2. 2P2, Road to Perdition was one. It's the second one. So, look, far beyond that, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Historically, timeline-wise, that I have to navigate out. The script is the script, Tarantino style, that's it. Spielberg style. Page to stage, that's what's going on there, okay, and then you see me filling in the characters as quick as possible, but there's these no points, and that's what I'm getting to. So just as I've asked Mr. Welling and Mr. Rosenbaum to flip your romantic interests, Robert Pattinson and Eddie Redmayne style. This is what they did in their auditions. One got him Batman with Nolan. Okay, but I'm doing this to create a little bit more friction, okay, and also audience friction to flip up, okay. Only because it's that cast energy, it's that cast memory that you've had for decades. No one has got that in this regional area, okay, or has portrayed it as such. So by bringing that all in, guess what? You're part of the historical fabric of the whole thing. plus everything else, which is, you see, the fun is just starting, which is really cool. But the fun really is just starting, because there's way more to it and way more people involved. And that's what takes me to the next part, is okay, again, the intent here that they're allowing me to illustrate is to go from page to stage with seamless scene. Okay, yes, I am sharing this with Spielberg. We're all working on this together. There's no I in team. There's a lot of I's. There's a lot of I's in team. So that's what's going on. Yeah, I keep repeating myself a little bit. I want to make sure that with these broadcasts that I drive that through, and I don't have to say that. It's commonplace, because that cross training allows us to go quickly through all productions. Okay, by using science and technology, we can rely on it. I've used these techniques many times. Okay, and these strategies many times. You're using them now. You're seeing what's going on. Okay, so, and that's a great segue, because it allows me to get to what is really going on with the emotions. By having that improv to lock, you're doing it now. Watching the chapters, forming your own thoughts in your own mind. Okay, of course I'm helping it along by weaving in meta magic. Okay, that's really amazing stuff. But the whole point of this is great. Again, we can show you the word costume, the head costume, the mind costume, the breathing costume, the heart costume, all of that. Here's the words, here's the scene. Against the bricks, by the pumpkin, right? Look how beautiful. And then the sudden hand, shadow. It's actually a very cool effect. The emotions. This is what Tom Welling was describing. Okay, in that dry, that empty environment. I understand what he's saying about that. In that empty room, and that one time of him meeting Christopher Reeve. Okay, to create those moments, and with that, and then what John Schneider was talking about, that he was filming in the two rooms because of what had happened, etc. Okay, but he put that into the craft, and that became encompassed. Putting that meta in, I'm going to call it put the meta in. We're all putting that meta in. We're all, just like I did at the end with the dance scenes, etc. And then leading into Tyler with his Toyota commercial, and then Paris going like this, going, the double icons. Oh, look at that. Gee, I guess I am wearing a Yellowstone shirt and hat. Back to the emotions, okay? The scene that I wrote for that Beth Dutton scene, and I'm going to put it up right after this video. It's very emotional. But okay, is this me? And I was actually crying when I wrote those words. After I found, but I wasn't crying because I'm flipping out or let me find my new drug or gee, where's my focus group? No. To write that scene instantly, to show them when they're saying here what we're looking for a response from Tate. Yep, I'm emailing people in the background and doing lots of stuff. And so, okay, here's my input. But you see, I had seen that scene before, and I knew what was happening in the whole season. Okay. But the most important point really important, is very important. I'm sharing this now because I'm not taking the time to write it down. This is write it down. The visual form, okay? Computers can extract that. Ask Brainiac or Lex Luthor. Luthor Corp's got the tech, man. Okay, so with the not writing it down, that scene, I think I may make its whole own broadcast. Okay, if I want to reflect on it. But what is it? I'm really a father. I have three children. Okay, so for me to write that scene, okay, and I wasn't. That's the important point to it, is I wanted to be that drawn to it that I could instantly improvise something that I'm putting in right there, right now. Okay, for that purpose, with the Eastwood Spielberg style one take is great. Okay, let's do another 200 because I want to. What do you want to eat? How long do you want to break to do all that? I've got my take. Okay. But you see, this wasn't that. We're all always going for that one take, because then we have the fun, okay? Then we have the fun. Or we may get a better take, we may not get a better take. Again, it comes down to money and cross-training, and I'm not gonna explain all that. I have. It's called integrated marketing and communication, return on investment. I mean, college level courses. I did that for Northwestern. And they implemented for Hyatt Hotel Corporation, Microsoft, and Hewlett Packard. They're still implementing it. So this stuff really works, guys and gals. That's what's going on. Back to that scene, that scene that I wrote the comments on. Okay, so there were 3 people in this scene. It was Beth, Dutton, Kevin Costner, and Tate. And here's Beth, all back from the bomb explosion. She's saying to Kevin, "Oh, hey, how do you feel?" Okay, and she's like, "Oh, just like I went to the spa." And then the cutaway to Tate. That scene draws me, and here's why. As a father, and that scene, okay, and to convey from a narrative as a writer, director, whoever, what would any father do in that scene? Yes, of course, if they cared about their family, they would try and comfort them the best way that they knew how. But you see, because by putting all that in, and all this, and Tom, and etc., and Mr. Schneider, I put in the extra emotions now to take that to the umpteenth level, because he's going to heal them 3 ways. Tate, let me show you something. I'm going to show you how to pierce a heart without a bullet, gun, or a bomb. How? Hang on. But you see, at the same time, he's psychologically doing that because he knows how he can touch his daughter's heart. This is why my kids don't talk to me. You could have that one scene with any of my kids, and I will change their mind around that. That's okay. But you see, as a good dad, even though at my own cost to this day, okay, I love them all. I let them have their way and have their own mind and their own say. I don't know if that makes me a good dad or a bad one, okay? But believe me, I can put all that in, put whatever's in there, put that into this scene. And yes, I did put that into this scene. So I guess this is the conversation. So then with it, what did I do? Then he started to tell her, look, she's disheveled, but she still has her beautiful eyes, her beautiful hair, her beautiful heart, her brave smile, her inside nature that's still going on. Always keep going, Tate. Always keep going, even when the going gets tough, because that's what separates winners from losers. It really is, okay? If you're still here to talk about it, you won. You're still here to talk about it. Journey, path, whatever, you're here, and you're winning. Keep winning. That's what that is. Okay, so, but that was the first part of the sharing. But he was also showing, yes, how with that and showing her, he was telling her the law, not telling her, being the hard father. Here's why that's important, because there had to be for that scene in the whole relationship, some polarity, stability in the family relationship. Who is the pillar? He's the pillar. He may be facing overwhelming circumstances himself, but he is the pillar of the family, okay? And not only that, look, he's showing his youngest, here's what goes on. So, and then the other thing too, he's also teaching nonviolence. Nonviolence is the very, 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 very last option. Well, what happens if that was done to this sweet woman? Still nonviolence. More self-reflection, more analysis of the situation, and boy, oh boy, lots of other stuff. But in the meantime, young Tate, okay, could you please do me a favor? And let me show you the power of the mind. The power of the mind. I don't care how many mastermind classes and books you read. Read them all. Okay? Teach McConaughey. Be the next professor at the University of Texas. Yeehaw. Study hard and all right. Any form you want. Okay, hope it's ATA style, guys. Little joke there. It's a college joke. Back to the scene. What else is going on in there? They're still not done yet. Okay. Now, he's telling Tate, please do me a favor. Can you do it at home? Can you please pass me just to the screen? Take anything that you have in front of you, okay? Here, I'm going to get my case holder and pass it to me. Right? What did I do? What did you just do? What it was to see? It was an audio suggestion, right? That became a behavior. It became a movement, just like that. What I wrote in the scene is that there may be many movements required to do that, but it's just that movement, okay? Just as Beth. There's Beth, all blown and battered, but guess what? Here she is seasons later, still Beth. And because of that, okay, by making it through, when you break a bone, it's not a bone, okay? It may be a broken heart, it may be a broken soul. Sometimes, if the healing process is there, okay, the soul can be healed, the bone can be healed, and becomes twice as strong. So, by explaining that in terms of subject to density, I also gave it a little quick segue, just to show you how clever I am, and said, here you go out, 1923, Brendan Skulnar, my grandpa's grandpa, believably, in that time, obtained a samurai sword. Now let's talk about the density of the samurai sword. How do I know that? From Gil Hibben, who really designed them for Iraqi, okay? You can ask Mr. Cruz and how all those samurai swords were made. The more you hit it, the denser that sword became. Wow, Don, really? Okay, are we done? I forget what the last part of it was. Oh no, the last part of it was, here now, by that part, Beth should be crying. Looking at, and if she isn't, she's holding back the tears, just like I hope people shed their tears. And if I did that in this little scene, then yes, I've succeeded and I deserve to be here. I do deserve to be here. Welcome to the Super Blinds, okay? And that's why this is going on. But it's not just me. This is me doing this for you. I wouldn't have done that. I would not have come soared. You taught me to fly, and boy, we're soaring. We're really soaring here. So, and then the last part of the scene, just to tie it all back and make it all family. Okay, I think in a few scenes before, there was a nice scene with Costner and the kid, and he had a cookie. That little cookie, little girl. No, this time, he's like, to wrap up the scene, let's end it with a nice thing, and let's get Tate one of those swords one day. We got a real one, from Grandpa's got it. In the meantime, why don't we have some ice cream? In fact, let's skip that and we'll make our own. Sure got enough cows.